All right, good evening, everyone. Ali Safi here, Safi Financial Network. Today is February 13, 2025. And we just got a breakthrough nicely in S&P 500. As I said before, we're gonna see the breaking through because the pattern was kind of like a bullish. Right now, we are getting above this pivotal point. So looking for tomorrow, which is going to be a weekly close. If that happens, that would be extra bullish pattern to the upside. So we are just waiting for a weekly close above January, I would say 20 January 31st or 24th, which is going to be new all-time high. So if we get above this, that would be a great opportunity to get into long position because 62 to 62.50 is coming. If you are not in a long position, wait for a pullback. I'm not sure if that pullback happens. Make sure trigger that one in a early or 4 hours chart. If you're a trader, if you're an investor, keep your position as is because we're going to see a nice rally to the upside. Lots of people got into short positions. So today, shorts or bears actually just smashed like the other days as well. So this is kind of like a bullish pattern, folks. So regardless of any indicators, if you see this pattern, usually this is a good looking pattern on the bull side because we got low, we got higher low, higher low, higher low today, and just breaking through to the upside nicely. So stay for that one weekly close. That would be kind of like a great confirmation for a nice rally to 62 to 62.50. Moving on to Nasdaq, it's kind of like the same. We got breakthrough nicely. We got above this at January 22nd and also January 24th. Right now, we are just looking for a December 16 engulfing. If December 16 pivot engulfed, so that would be kind of like new all-time high for Nasdaq. We can get to 22,800 or 23,000. So that would be kind of like the scenario that I'm looking at. Dow just getting back to the upside nicely after a corrective move. Dow is lagging, so this is kind of like a good news for bulls just because Nasdaq is leading, and that's the bottom line. So Dow is forming very nice consolidation. If Dow breaking through, I would say easily we can get to 46,000. Still, it is below this neckline, but if you get above this double top neckline, so that would be great scenario for long. Again, this is interesting, right? So everyone just got on a bear costume. When everyone is getting bearish, you should be bullish. When everyone is sitting on the other side of boat, you should just jump back to the other side just because you don't want to sink. Moving on to gold. Gold is just getting back to the upside nicely today. New closing all-time high, not new all-time high. 29.28 right now. I would say 3,031 to 32, actually 32 to 30, 300. That's my target for this year. So we'll see how it goes. Silver is forming a better formation. Actually, I would rather to long silver rather than gold because of the gold silver ratio is in favor of silver. And also, we are kind of like far away from new all-time high. And usually, when gold is finished its momentum, silver is getting back to a very, very parabolic move to the upside. This is kind of like a laggard, but at the end of the rally of the precious metals, silver have exponential rally to the upside. I'm just waiting for that one. Potentially 40 to $44 this year is going to hit by silver. Still, it's going to give us 45 to 50% growth in silver. Moving on to crude. Crude just getting back to the downside, but come back up nicely. This is nice hammer though. After yesterday sharp sell-off, today we just got a gap below this level, but I would say this is nice double bottom formation with a nice divergence here. So if crude just formed a double bottom, then we can see $74 is going to be the first resistance here. Right now we are at 71.79. So $74, look at that, because if we get above 74, 76, then $80 is coming down the road. Moving on to individual names, so starting with Bitcoin as usual. Bitcoin is getting back to, again, the bearish momentum here. So this is something that I want to concern everyone. I know that Bitcoin is kind of like a chopping around here, but my forecast for next few months is going to be next few months, folks. It's going to be 74 to 76,000 area. Even if it gets rally, I would say that rally is gonna fell to the downside. Ethereum is the same, but on the other side, Ethereum is forming a very big monthly pattern here. Since February, we should see this consolidation. So if you go to this monthly chart here, that would be kind of like the scenario Ethereum is forming like a like Bitcoin in September. So if you go to September monthly chart, you will see that I mentioned about a nice breakout to the upside, and sure enough, we got a rally to new all-time high. Right now, Ethereum is forming the same. Moving on to bond yield, just getting back to the downside, cannot manage it to new high today. PPI number came up. It was not that strong that kept booster to the upside. Moving on to TLT Treasury after yesterday's sell-off, this is kind of like capitulation, get back up nicely. Ethereum, if it goes above 90, that would be a nice a pattern to 93 to $94. So we will see, and that would be a breaking through. So keep an eye on 90 because $90 means we are getting above this pivotal point, and also we are getting above this trend line. Moving on to VIX. VIX is down today, but I would say the more downside is coming, especially when the stock market is at breaking through. Moving on to Dixie. Dixie is smashed today, as I said before. So this pattern is in favor of bears. So if you're just following the purely technical analysis, not fundamental, you should know that this is very bearish pattern. We just got a tested this supply at this demand area, and this demand area tested once, cannot manage to the highs, and then getting back to the downside again with a sharp sell-off. So this means we are going to breaking through to the downside. Potentially 105 is coming. This is going to be the next demand area, which is 104 to 105. So if you kind of look at long position, make sure just put I don't know, just cover yourself or hedge yourself, just because the weaker dollar is coming down the road. And you know, weaker dollar is going to be good for treasuries and good for precious metals. Precious metals already took off, and potentially it's going to have for more silver and copper. Moving on to Apple. Apple Technology Ward nicely getting above 240. So right now, Apple just got into this middle of this wide range bar. This is the hidden supply area. I would say potentially tomorrow, if you see sellers are coming back, you shouldn't be surprised, but we are going to just buy back again to 37. So we will see how it goes. Moving on to Amazon. Amazon nicely getting back to the upside today. And this is kind of like a bullish harami, not a bad pattern. Meta, new all-time high. This stock is rocking to the upside. And we can see some kind of like a parabolic move to the upside. That would be great if we can see 1,000 for each stock. So we'll see how it goes. Moving on to Microsoft. Microsoft 410, just reversal confirmed, and I should say Microsoft can go to 444. Moving on to Google. Google just getting back to the upside nicely, reversal at 177 to 182. So this is the level that I'm just looking at for a reversal. Sure enough, we touched 182.50, nicely getting back to the upside. Moving on to Netflix, new all-time high today, 1,045. There is no sign of reversal, and I don't think this sign of reversal is coming soon. Moving on to Tesla, fantastic move. Fantastic move, just because at the level that we were expecting, Tesla is getting back to the upside right now. Keep an eye on 380. If we get about 380, 400, then the all-time high is coming. And this is very nice bull flag though. Moving on to semiconductor index, SMH at 250, just breaking through nicely after hours. It just took a hit, but I would say this is just the beginning. Weekly pattern and monthly pattern is very bullish, very bullish. SOX, the same pattern here, just getting back to the upside, 200, 202. The next stop is Taiwan Semiconductor. Trump just threatened them because Taiwan still are chips and some kind of like semiconductor industry. We want to get it back to America. So that's why he said Taiwan Semiconductor sold off, but again, reversing back up today. Intel actually just got positive momentum. AMD just getting back to the upside. A doji bar here, we just got into this gap. I would say AMD is just forming the bottom here for a nice rally to the upside. NVIDIA sparking higher, 135 nicely after hours. And moving on to the Texas instrument, still forming kind of like the bottomish here. This is kind of like an ending diagonal. So if this ending diagonal breaking through to the downside, I'm gonna buy at this gap here, waiting for that capitulation though. So we will see how it goes. Otherwise, it's pretty bullish. Lamb Research getting back to the upside nicely. $83 after hours took a hit. I'm not sure what happened after hours. But after hours, Lamb Research took a hit, and probably this is going to be just the low volatility. Moving on to XLF, which is financials. They're just getting back to nicely to the upside, 51.76. And the same here, KBE, nice hammer candle here, $58.44. KRE, the same hammer pattern here. So this is kind of like a bullish. We may see another rally to the upside, $66. That would be the potential scenario. JP Morgan, pretty close to the all-time high. So the pattern is looking bullish to me. So there is nothing wrong with chart yet, but stay tuned for a sharp correction. If the entire market gets back to the downside, I would say financials are going to be the first one that took a hit. Moving on to Goldman Sachs, how much like a 648 right now. It's just a hammer. Managed positive today, but nothing special. Bank of America, 46 cents up today. Not a bad session. All in all, not a bad session. But this one needs to get a lead. Otherwise, it's going to be laggard. And JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs are going to leader in the banking industry. Moving on to the Wells Fargo, after hours, it just gained a lot. So $79.89, not a bad pattern. GDXJ, gold miners, they are just rocking to the upside. There is no sign of reversal. They're heading to this pivot here, 43 dollar. So we will see. But I would say 43, 47, that's going to be a resistance there. Moving on to GDXJ. This is the same. We are getting to the supply area. And right now, we should just see more upside is coming down the road. AEM, the same pattern here, just getting back to the upside. I'm really happy about gold miners participating in this rally. This means gold and silver can go higher. Newmont just sparking higher. As I said before, 50 to 51 is going to be down the road. Moving on to gold Barrick nicely after earning yesterday, just confirming the upside move. $18 is now here. And this bear flag just look at that. This bear flag triggered to the upside. The best move comes from failed pattern. So this is failed pattern, failed bearish pattern to the upside. That's why we're just getting back to the upside nicely. Moving on to the XLE. After yesterday's sell-off, it just got back up nicely today, $89.71. OH, the same pattern, goes higher, 282. And here is Exxon. Exxon is getting back to the upside, still struggling, but I would say Exxon needs to get above 112 to have a nice rally to the upside. Chevron is getting back after test 153. This is good pattern though. So if Chevron goes back to 160, I would say this time is going to break in through to the upside and we should see more rallies coming down the road. All right, folks, I believe I covered everything. If you like this video, please smash the like button, subscribe to our channel. Have a good one. See you on the chart. Bye-bye.